Today I'm going to talk about how to back up a virtual machine. There's a way to take your virtual machine and save the files associated with that machine to a location and then restore them back to the same host or to a different host in VMware ESXi. I'm working in VMware ESXi 5.1. Right now I'm in the vSphere client. I'm just going to keep the host highlighted and I'm going to go over to configuration. I'm going to select storage under the hardware group. I'm going to right click on my data store and I'm going to browse the database. So here you can see I have the files associated with my virtual machine. I'm not going to back up the files because I've already backed them up, but I'm just showing you that when I highlight a machine here and I go to this button here, a flyout will normally come out and it'll say download the files from this location to your local machine. The flyout doesn't work when I'm recording video for some reason, so I'll just click there and I would select my location. So on my 3 terabyte drive, I have a folder called Virtual Machine Backups. I would highlight that and it would automatically generate the folder for that machine with all of the related files inside that folder. So if we go to that location where I have all those files stored, you'll see for that particular server that we were just looking at, there's about 8 files plus log files. I have 2 different drives on this machine, so I have 2 VMDK files. One is 20 gigs, one is 60 gigs. It looks like the file size is the actual size of the drive regardless of how much data is on the drive. It saves all of the files off that you need to bring that machine back up and running. I've already saved my files off, which takes a long time, by the way. So right now I'm just going to go through the steps to restore a machine that I've saved off. I've rebuilt my host. Right now I only have my small business server, which I had to recreate from the ground up. I just went and reinstalled the whole system. I had to convert it a physical to a virtual machine, but I had some problems because I didn't save one of the partitions. So in order to bring a machine back into the host that has been saved off to my local machine, we just go to configuration. Again, I go to storage here under the configuration tab, right clicking on my data store, browse the database. This time, instead of saving the files to my local drive, I'm going to upload files. Let's click there. It's going to ask me upload a file or a folder. I want to upload a folder which contains all my files. Then I'm going to browse to my drive, virtual machine backups, and this is my new SQL server. I also rebuilt my SQL server because when I converted it from a physical to a virtual, it didn't work quite right. And then I just select the folder. It's going to give me a warning that if any files on the machine have the same name, then they'll be replaced. That's fine. So this process takes quite a while. So once this is done uploading, I will come back and show you how to add it back to your inventory. So what it's going to do is it's just going to bring the file into the data store, but it will not appear in your inventory over here. It will not appear in your virtual machines over here because it hasn't been added to the inventory. I'll show you how to easily add that to the inventory. Okay, so it looks like our machine has finally uploaded to our data store location. Even though it's on the data store, you can see it's still not here visible in the virtual machines. What we need to do is go back to the data store. We're going to open the location. We're going to go to this VMX file, right click, and click on Add to Inventory. I'm just going to go ahead and close this data store browser. So now the machine appears in the inventory. So we'll go ahead and right click, go to the console, and attempt to power the machine on. In this case, I move the machine. I'm not sure what happens if you use the other option. It might change the SIDS or something like that on the machine, so want to keep everything the same. And it looks like it's booting properly so far. And there we have it. Let us log in. Everything appears to be working properly at this point.